GameRanks presents another episode of Before You Buy, the show where we give you some straight up gameplay and some first impressions of the latest games releasing. It's me, Jake Baldino, and things are different because this isn't technically a Before You Buy, this is a Before You Play or Before You Download, because Pokemon Go is free to play, but we wanted to talk about it because everybody's been buzzing about it, we've all been highly anticipating it, and people definitely have some things to say about it. So first things first, Pokemon Go is very easy to set up and get going. Creating an account is really easy. I like the nice touch of being able to sign up with a Google account. That is very, very nice. Character creation exists. It's really, really simple. It's almost a little disappointing, but I'm assuming later on the game developers Niantic are planning on adding maybe upgradable loot and stuff that you unlock and different visual items for your character. You're gonna notice that a lot when I talk about Pokemon Go, is that there's things I'm hoping that change or are added in the future. But the thing is, you get started with this brief tutorial that all feels very Pokemon. You talk to a professor, this time it's Professor Willow, and he's hip as hell, and he tells you about the wonderful world of Pokemon, and then you start out and you pick one of 3 starter Pokemon. You have to catch your first Pokemon, and then this is where the game starts to show what it actually is and where it can be somewhat flawed. Maybe not necessarily flawed, but just lacking. But this is very much like a regular Pokemon game. You can get a list of Pokemon that you carry around with you, you give them nicknames, and I love stuff like that because the basic premise here is that you walk around, your phone uses your GPS location, and it's very cool because it uses Google Maps to render an actual map of the real world around you, and it encourages walking around and exploring your environment. You go off of a road and towards some trees because you might be able to catch a Pokemon over there. If you seek out landmarks around your town, most of the time they are Poke Centers, which if you're close enough to one, you can activate it and find a bunch of special different items like Pokemon eggs, Pokeballs for catching Pokemon, and different healing items and leveling up items and stuff like that. It helps you level up your Pokemon characters and also gives you XP, which is good because you level up here and you need to be past level 5 in order to actually engage in gym battles. This is basically, if you're looking for any Pokemon combat, this is where you get it. It's something kind of like Foursquare or Swarm, where you become the mayor of certain landmarks within your town via GPS location. But here it gets pretty complicated. They're actual gyms, and you decide what team you want to align yourself with, yellow, red, or blue team, and you can essentially claim that gym as your own and rule it or conquer it. Conquering it is a little weird because the person that is owning the current gym leaves their Pokemon behind, and then you gotta fight that Pokemon in order to take the top spot. The combat here isn't very good. It leaves a lot to be desired. You can pretty much spam tap the screen and win. And that's very unfortunate. It's not Pokemon battling at all. What it is you swipe left and right to dodge translated attacks from the enemy characters. It's very hard to actually tell when they're attacking you. And most fights are over very quickly and they're extremely underwhelming. Between doing this and using items, you can make your Pokemon very strong and make it the leader of the gym so other people can't take it over. This is where Pokemon Go honestly works the best. When you're doing stuff like this and you're trying to take over gyms and be the leader of maybe your small town or your city or your street corner, it feels really cool to have your name up there and you being in charge of that gym. It's awesome, and that's kind of like where this stuff works best. If you played Niantic's last game, Ingress, some of the best stuff from that is here. Exploring the environment and catching Pokemon is really cool. The augmented reality stuff is kind of surface value, and you can turn it off because honestly, some people are gonna get very mad when you point a camera at them, even though you're not taking a picture of them. And also, I almost got hit by a car twice, so there's that. But not all of the Pokemon stuff is as fleshed out as you would want, and I think that's where I'm ultimately disappointed, and I can see many other people might be, because actually going out in the wild and catching Pokemon on your map is okay. It encourages exploration, and I really like that. It gets you up, it gets you walking around, it gets you exploring a park that maybe you've never been to. And since Pokemon are location-based, maybe you don't live near water, you can take a drive, go near water, and catch some more water-type Pokemon. The collection aspect is really cool, but catching them is pretty lame because there's no actual battle system here. A Pokemon shows up, it shows through an augmented reality view, which is, I gotta say, a very disappointing view. It doesn't look very good. But you basically flick Pokeballs at these Pokemon, and then you catch them, you get some experience points, you add them to your Pokedex, and that's about it. But you do get that great feeling you get from actually playing the real Pokemon. Every once in a while you stumble across a rare one that is very powerful, and you want to catch it. And I gotta say, it's kind of exciting. There is a deep amount of stuff here that is kind of hidden. The game doesn't explain it to you too well. You do need to know that this game has paid microtransactions. There is a store to buy in-game money with your real money that lets you get more aid items to increase more Pokemon attacks in your vicinity or to level up your characters faster. Thankfully, it can be ignored. It doesn't seem too obtrusive so far, but time will tell if Niantic adds more stuff. I will say that this game is extremely buggy. Closing out the app and completely quitting it is going to be something that you're going to be doing very often, whether you're on iOS and Android, because this thing gets held up, it gets hung up it crashes, things don't work, so you're gonna be closing it out quite a bit. Damn, it is buggy, and also be aware that it kills your battery life. People have been saying it's really, really bad, and for the most part, it has been very bad on my S7 Edge. Pokemon Go is like half fulfilling. Some of the ideas are really there, and when it clicks, it really clicks. But if you go into it just completely looking for a real-life Pokemon game, you're gonna be let down. There's a lot of fun ideas here. It's not all fully fleshed out, and there's some real missed potential, especially with the fact that you can't yet trade Pokemon with each other. That is going to be coming out later on, but also the fact that when you catch Pokemon, you don't battle them, you just throw a ball at them. It's kind of lame. It's not as social as it could be and how a lot of players want it to be. It used to be really social on Game Boy, so why can't it be on a mobile phone? It just generally doesn't feel too engaging, but like I said, when it does click and when it does work and it does feel fun, I think it kind of makes up for it. It has charm and the potential is so big so long as Niantic actually chooses to really support and update this thing, which I think they will given the already breakout success of this thing. I do think some people are going to be let down, especially more casual gamers who see the ads for this and see the articles for this and think it's like the ultimate Pokemon game, because it's certainly not, but I keep abusing this word. It really has the potential to become something way better. So guys, that's the deal for Pokemon Go. I tried to give you what the game really is and some pros and cons, and now it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to play it. Honestly, I think you should give it a shot no matter what because it is a free download, so you really got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. You might like it a little more than I do. And like I said, the future is there for this type of thing. It could be even more awesome down the line. If you want to talk more about Pokemon Go or whatever, if you have any other questions, ask us in the comments or on me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram at Jake Baldino. You guys also know the deal. If you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we really appreciate it. And subscribing if you're new is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.